Welcome to my channel. My name is Sara and I have been sharing my weight loss journey here on YouTube since April of 2020. Now that weight loss journey has had a lot of ups and downs, and not just my weight, my life as well, but I continue to share my experiences here on YouTube. And so if that sounds like something that you're interested in, if you want just like a normal person's kind of perspective and life on, going through life, trying to lose weight. And I've actually had vertical sleeve gastrectomy as well. So I'm a bariatric patient. I've just about 3 years post-op. This all sounds like stuff that you're interested in and you want to follow along with. Go ahead and hit that little subscribe button down there. It really does help my channel a lot, helps me a lot, and I super duper appreciate you. So I have been for the last couple of weeks tracking my, getting back on track. I don't know. I really wasn't off track. It's just that, there were the holidays. My mother-in-law passed away and there was just a bunch of life stuff going on. And I did gain back a little bit of weight. I guess you could say anywhere between 10 and 15 pounds. I don't always go by a hard number of this is my weight. I kind of try to stay in a zone, a fluctuation zone. So my goal zone, if you will, is anywhere between 150 to 155. I think I'm most comfortable at 155 to 160. Right now I'm between 165 and 170. So that's gone up a bit. My lowest weight ever was 150 pounds. But I am up since then, probably about 15 pounds if you want a hard number. So I'm working really hard to just get back in my good habits that I kind of let go of, through the holidays and through some life stuff that happened. But I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. However, this last week kind of sucked. Not bad sucked. It's just there were some things going on that had me a bit stressed out, and also the weather was garbage. It was raining and cold all week. Let's talk about how my week went. The reason I'm doing this in the car, I actually just got back from the gym. It is Sunday morning. I just got back from the gym and I had the crappiest workout for me that I've had in a long time. And I think that was because I didn't go as much as as frequently as I usually do this past week because it was raining. So typically I walk or ride my bike to the gym. It's really not that far from where I live, so I can easily get there. It takes me anywhere between 8 to 12 minutes, just depending on traffic and, if there's anything going on. And I'm typically there so I definitely always go on Sunday. I never miss a Sunday, but I go Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'll usually take a group fitness class, and depending on what the class was, then I'll either do a jog or lift after the class. So just depends on if the class was cardio or more weightlifting related. So I didn't go to my Wednesday or Thursday classes this week. So technically from today, I haven't worked out since Tuesday, and the class that I did on Tuesday was just weightlifting, and I happened to be really tired that day, so I didn't go work out after. And boy, howdy, I felt that crap this morning. I was so sluggish on my run. I still did 2.5 miles, but it was just pulling myself through it. What's that phrase? Pulling teeth, right? To get the energy out of me. And my heart rate zone was challenging, and I just did not feel good on that run. And then afterwards, I have this little corner that I kind of hide in the gym. I think I have a picture of it. I'll see if I have a picture of me in my little hidey hole in the gym, I'll put that up there. But there were people over in my hidey hole. I probably shouldn't say that on the internet. There were people in my little corner that I like to go to. I was thrown out of my element. I was why are there people over there? It's because I was at the gym an hour and a half later than I normally am. So anyway, it was just not a great morning. I still got it done. So there's that, pat on the back for still getting it done. The issue with that is I didn't feel good like I usually do, and I don't know. So it wasn't great. For this past week, if I had to grade myself on exercise, I'd probably give myself a C, maybe a C minus. I'm going to be pretty harsh on myself because I didn't go. And I was kind of thinking about it while I was on the treadmill this morning. I'm you know what? How much could it possibly cost to just grab an Uber over there if it's raining? You're probably wondering, why would you Uber when you are clearly in a vehicle? I do have a vehicle, but this is actually my husband's vehicle, and the vehicle you see behind me there, that's my car, but I share it with my daughter right now. And I hate to say she needs it more than I do. I work from home, so I don't ever go anywhere. So most of the time she's got my car. So during the week when she's at work and she goes to a physical location to work, I don't have a car if my husband has to leave for work because he works overnight. All that to say, I don't always have my own car, which is why I usually walk or bike to the gym, which is typically not a big deal unless it is pouring rain, right? I would give myself a C-. I think if the weather continues to be crappy, I think it's supposed to be nice this week. Then if it's raining, I'm just going to Uber my ass over to the gym. Like, how much could it possibly be? It can't be more than like $10, right? Big deal. So that was my workout week. I am going to head inside. I need to shower desperately because I sweat like a beast this morning. And then we'll sit down and we'll talk about my food and my weekly weigh-in. See you in a little bit. All right, you guys are getting me in my au naturel state, my super comfy, cozy state today because your girl's tired. I'm really tired today. I don't know why. I feel like such a, I just want to bum around. So I was like, gonna do my makeup and get all kind of dressed like I usually do for my videos. And I was just like, nah. So forgive me. Anyway, before I talk about my eating this last week, because it wasn't great, I do want to talk about some of the things I mentioned where I was like, oh, I had kind of a stressful week. In last week's video, I had mentioned that my dog was having some issues with being really super reactive, kind of going after one of my other dogs in the house. So on Wednesday, he got dropped off for boot camp. It was a really long drive, but this trainer that I'm using has this really adorable little farm. I should have taken a video. If I go back out there to pick him up, I'll take a video because it was so cute. She had goats and mini horses. She has a Clydesdale and then 2 other horses. And then of course, all the dogs that are there for training and boarding. So he's going to be there for 2 weeks. It hasn't been a full week yet. This Wednesday coming up will be a full week. So I miss my little dog so much. That dog is like my furry baby. I love him to pieces and he's very attached to me as well. I'm definitely feeling that. That was a little later in the week. And then the other thing, and this is a little bit mix of like exciting and also nerve-wracking, is I am up for, I don't want to really call it a promotion. I guess it would kind of be a promotion, but we had this customer education manager role open up at my current job, which I love. I'm obsessed with my job. If you're a real estate agent, send me a message. I'll tell you what it is. Send me a message on Instagram. I'll tell you where I work. You might have heard of it if you're, like I said, if you're a real estate agent, message me. Anyway, I digress. So I love my job and this role opened up and it was like, basically my dream job where I would ultimately like to end up. I do customer success management now, which if you've never dealt with like a technology company at work, is the person who helps you get the most value out of the software platform that you invest in. So that's what I'm currently doing now. I'm what's called a scaled success manager, meaning that I have a book of business that is not just one-to-one. I don't work with individual companies. I work with about 250 of them. So it's a really cool job. I love it. But our company is working on scaling. And so we opened up this customer education role. And my dream job would be to have the title Customer Enablement Manager, which is essentially what the customer education manager role is. So it's, creating presentations, creating video tutorials, which obviously I'm sure you guys get why I would be really into that. And then actually helping scale the success program. So really, really excited about it. However, they did want to interview outside people. So it's what I found out. I think it is between me and one other person who are going for this role. So all week I was working on a project for this. I have to do just a little presentation of my example, like scaled onboarding. So I put a lot of work into that. And then I think it was, Thursday night was the night I was submitting it. And I kind of got to a point where I was like, I need to rework this. And so I reworked the whole thing. And so I was literally on my computer from 7 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. It was a very long day of being on the computer. As excited as I am about that, I'm also stressed out. I'm so worried that, like, what if the other person is just better than me? Which if they are, great. They're probably a super badass and would be great to have on our team. But at the same time, I really, really want this. So fingers crossed, toes crossed. I did a tarot reading for this and it wasn't great, but I'm remaining optimistic. I'm going to run the cards again because I did that tarot read when I was like not in a good headspace, and that can actually affect how your cards answer you. Did I ever tell you guys that I'm into that? I don't think I ever did, but I started learning how to read myself. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Maybe I'll make another video of like how I got started in that. So that said, of course, that day, right, it was like fend for yourself in the kitchen, find something to eat. I did cook most nights. I made chili and cornbread one night, which was really good. I made a beef stew another night, but there were a couple nights where we had pizza and fast food. And then by the time I got to Friday rolled around. This is something that I need to work on so bad, is when I have had a really busy or really stressful week, I have this mindset of like, I am just gonna eat snacks all weekend and eat whatever I want. Like, and I don't know why, like, how do I associate having a stressful work week with just eating a bunch of snacks all day? Now, granted, I can't eat that much snacks, so it's not like the end of the world, and you should be able to enjoy food that you want to, but I don't know why I get this weird, like, I'm just going to eat snacks. It's going to be a snack, weekend or whatever. So Friday and yesterday, Saturday, were not great eating days for me, not certainly nothing nutritional. And I also learned that pizza-flavored cheese puffs are disgusting. If you've been seeing the commercials for them, that's what made me want to buy it. They're disgusting. Don't do it. I think I ate 2 and I was like, no, absolutely not. You shouldn't be eating that stuff too much anyway, but in moderation, everything is fine, right? If I am going to grade myself, continue using that little grading system, I would say for food, I would give myself I'm going to say a B-, right on the cusp of a C+. Just to wrap up, so I did, as usual, consistently weigh myself, saw those normal fluctuations, which if you guys are afraid of weighing yourself every day, if you really shift your mindset to like using it to learn from it, because your weight is going to go up and down. That's just 100% normal. And our bodies are also designed to hold on to weight during certain times and let go of weight at certain times, right? Like weight is meant to fluctuate. It's not meant to necessarily be the same every single day all the time. And it's impacted by so many external things, right? Like how much water you drank, what you ate, if your food was salty, and all that other stuff, right? We all know that. But me personally, I have really learned to enjoy learning from the data, right? It's something I do in my job too, is like look at data and look for trends. You can do the same thing with your weight. That's why I weigh myself every day, but my official weigh-in day, if you will, for a number, to have a number, I do weigh myself Friday to Friday. So last week I weighed in at 166.7 pounds, and this week I weighed in at 165. So that is still a loss of 1.7 pounds. I'm super happy with that. I am definitely trending in the right direction. We're moving down, and hopefully I'll be able to get back into that 155 to 160 range relatively soon. I think if I keep up the pace I've been going, which is like 1 to 1.5 pounds per week, then I should be able to do this well before my birthday, which is at the end of June, which is my kind of little goal date, even though I'm not like hard pressed to do that. That's just a day for me to easily remember. Number one, I know when my birthday is, and just have something to work towards. So I hope you enjoyed sitting with me for this little chit chat today. I know it's a little bit more casual of a vlog than I usually do. I'm usually a little bit more like kind of bullet pointed, but yeah, it's just been, it was a weird week. I'm hoping this week is better. That's all we can do, is continue to move forward and continue to work towards our goals and do what we need to do to improve ourselves and make ourselves feel good. That's one of the great things about my life right now, is I am in a great place for doing things for me and not for anybody else. And that is a really, really liberating feeling when you get there. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and hit that little button down there. It really, really does help a lot, like I mentioned earlier. I appreciate it, and I want to see you around. Go ahead, and if you've made it this far in the video, drop a pink emoji. any pink emoji that you want in the comments and let me know how your week was. Thank you again. I hope you have an amazing day. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.